What's up, Fit Fam? Welcome to live Q&A with Coach Fit Pro J. Tonight, I'm going to tell you a story, and then we're going to talk about three major flaws of why weight loss challenges do more harm than good. And then this week's bonus, I have a different kind of challenge for you, so stick around. All right, so for all of you that don't know me, I'm Coach Fit Pro J. I help people frustrated with the cycle of dieting break the cycle, get results, and never diet again. I'm your diet-free fat loss specialist. I've been there, done that, and help others do the same now. So if you like to connect with a coach that talks the talk and walks the walk, I'd like you to visit me at my website, fitprojcoaching.com, and connect with me. All right, so last week I asked the question, last week I asked the question, what music do you like? What music do you listen to when you work out? All right. There's a lot of good comments, a lot of good genres of music that you guys listen to out there. But this week I have a new question for you. I want to ask you how often you work out and what do you do when you work out? Do you do cardio? Do you do weightlifting? Do you do any sport activities? What do you do? All right, I'm gonna put a list up here for you guys because I'd like you to put in the comment section what activity you usually do. Check this list out. All right, everybody put your comments in the comments section of what you do before we start the show. I happen to do weight training. I lift weights 4 times a week currently, and I try to do cardio twice a week. I at least get it once and then do yard work now 1 time a week now that it's nice outside. So put in the comment section. I want to know what you do for working out and how often do you work out? That's what I want to know. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get into the story while you guys take a look at that and finish your comments. All right. So tonight, I want to tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Jake. No, not Jake from State Farm. Jake woke up this morning to find himself staring in the mirror, and he didn't like what he saw. As he grabbed a fistful of abdominal fat, he muttered to himself, shaking his head in disbelief, "How could I let this happen?" He turns away from the mirror, heads over to the closet to grab a shirt to wear, and continues to get ready for work. As Jake buttons his shirt up, he notices that it feels a little tighter than usual. Jake let a deep sigh and said, "I guess it's time to go on a diet." Can you relate to Jake? I bet many of you can. We'll talk about Jake's options. But before we do, let's get to these comments here. What would you do if you were Jake? Little delay, these comments coming in. But I bet everybody at one point or a lot of people have felt like Jake. And typically, what Jake does, or someone like Jake, they see this weight loss challenge or diet and they just go for it. So today I really, really want to talk about one of those options that people like Jake do usually take, and it's not a good one. Why do weight loss challenges do more harm than good? The short answer, they set you up for failure. They're not based on science at all, and they're fundamentally flawed. And today I'm going to talk about 3 of those flaws. But before I talk about any of those flaws, I want you to think about what you would do if you were Jake. Flaw number one, they focus almost exclusively on calories in versus calories out as it relates to body weight. It doesn't work like that. And we're going to dive into this now. Fact number one, I'm going to share 5 facts with you. Fact number one, all right, weight loss, or as I like to say, fat loss, all right, it's complex and multidimensional, all right. Dive deeper a little bit more. Fact two, all calories are not the same. All calories are not the same. You have protein, you have different types of protein, carbs, you have different types of carbs, you have sugars, you have starches, you have fibers, carbs, fruits, veggies, things like that. You have fat, different types of fat, monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, saturated, trans fat, all these different fats. All right. So all calories are not the same coming from these sources. Different calorie sources can have vastly different effects of hunger, hormones, and energy expenditure. So all calories aren't the same. They all have different effects on the body. Think of it like this. Think of your computer. Think of your body as a computer. All right. So your body's a computer. And then the food or nutrition that you put into it is the software or set of instructions that tell the computer or your body what to do. Using different protein, carbs, and fats at different times will give your body or computer a different set of instructions in which to deal with it. All right. So all calories are not the same. Fact number four, counting calories is not at all necessary to lose weight or fat. That is correct. Think about it. When was the last time you didn't count calories, but you lost some body fat or lost some weight because you cut out all your calorie containing drinks like soda, juices, things like that? You know, that's without counting calories. So you can certainly lose calories, or I'm sorry, you can certainly lose weight without counting calories. All right. In many cases, simple changes in food selection, just like drinking water instead of soda or juice, all right, they can lead to the same or better results than restricting your calories. Big time. So again, just omitting the soda and juice and drinking water or non-calorie containing drinks will have a greater effect than you just counting calories. All right. And there's so many other variables and so many other dimensions that we can get into. All right. So think on that. I'd like you to put some questions in the comments section so that I can answer. And we'll take a break and then we'll get into flaw number two of why weight loss challenges do more harm than good. All right. Have a question here. Oh, not a question, a comment. All right, Mike. Hey, Mike, haven't seen you in a minute. Been feeling like it for a while. My birthday's tomorrow. So, hey, happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday. I signed up for the gym and I plan on being in excellent, best shape of your life before 49. Excellent. Great, Mike, man. Hit me up for some tips on that. I'll definitely help you out. All right, so we are talking about why weight loss challenges do more harm than good. All right, and we're going to talk about flaw number two now. All right, flaw number two. They encourage unhealthy behaviors that can lead to serious physiological and psychological consequences. So I'm going to talk about two physiological and two psychological consequences that doing some of these challenges will do. A lot of these problems or consequences happen because of calorie restriction and omitting certain foods. So stop eating certain foods and eating very low calories. That's where these physiological and psychological things come in. And I'm going to talk about the first physiological fact that happens. All right, metabolism slows down, causing rebound weight gain. Has anybody out there, I'm sure you have, maybe not, have done a weight loss challenge perhaps, or a diet, or just restricted your calories in any way, stop eating certain foods, and then you end up losing some weight and getting some sort of short-term results, but then you end up, worse than where you started. All right, like this. Before the diet, after the diet, yes, you got some results, and then because the diet is so difficult to sustain and so difficult to just stay on, and it's just not good for you, you end up your metabolism slows down. You end up rebounding the weight big time. Your metabolism slows down, and this is an example of what happens all too often. Physiological fact number two. All right. It may cause the diet to be deficient in major nutrients. That can cause to a more serious health risk or a health problem besides being overweight or overfat. Um, I've met vegans before that have tried, they did it wrong. And because they omitted certain foods from their diet, started losing their hair. I mean, there's all sorts of things that can happen with that. All right. So those are the two of the most major physiological things that can happen to you. Let's talk about two of the psychological things that can happen. One of the first things that can happen is, if psychologically anyway, is you resent the food that you must eat, and you begin to want or crave the food you shouldn't eat. That causes a bad relationship with food. Bad relationship with food is not good. Um, it causes you to be less confident, confusing. You don't know what to eat or what not to eat. You're basically lost and in limbo. And a lot of people that end up like that end up with a food disorder, or they end up just psychologically just giving up or not, and just binging and not caring. There's all sorts of things that can happen psychologically when you're presented with a bad relationship with food. All right, so psychological fact number two. All right, most people that do these weight loss challenges ultimately end up feeling defeated, hopeless, depressed, or they even feel despair. This one gets me real angry. There's really no need for somebody to go through this because there are other options out there that are more realistic, that coincide with real life and people's routine. And it's just sad that people end up like this and not get to where they really want to be. And over and over again they yo-yo up down, and it's a constant battle throughout their whole life instead of just getting it done the correct way and seeking out or getting the correct info. Anyhow, so that is psychological fact number two about weight loss challenges. All right, I'm going to go back over to see these comments here, see what's going on. All right. None I want to put up there just yet, but that, all right, Kate. All right. All right. We are going to move on. And in case you guys are just with us now, why do weight loss challenges do more harm than good? That's what we're talking about. And we're on to flaw number three. This is the third flaw and why weight loss challenges do more harm than good. Flaw number three, they're usually short term, 4 to 8 weeks in duration. Why is it that when you really think about it, it takes a long time to gain weight? Unless you're on the rebound anyway, right, guys? Unless you're on a rebound from a yo-yo diet, but it takes time to gain the weight. It's not an overnight process. So why does everybody, or why do we expect it to be an overnight process to get it off? It just does not work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. Um, it's sad to say that a lot of people end up doing these challenges, and fitness professionals out there, you know who you are, locally and not locally, just keep presenting these challenges over and over again to these unsuspecting people, and they keep doing it over and over again. That yo-yo up, down, up, down, up, down. Um, and I don't know why they do this. Is it financial? I mean, a lot of these guys or girls, guys and girls, feel I feel that they have your best interest in heart, but maybe it's they just don't want to stay in their lane about nutrition. They don't know what to how to guide these people, but um, weight loss challenges should the 4 to 8 weeks. It takes longer than that to make a lasting change anyway for most people. Like I said, going from 300 pounds to a 44, 46-inch waist like I was, uh, down to about a 32, 31 waist and low twos, it took over a year. No, there was no challenge or diet that I did. It just takes doing the correct things. All right. So let me go over to these comments now, see what's going on. Got no questions. I want to know how you feel about the subject. I'm excited to see you too, Joe. Excited. What's going on? Again, I want to answer any questions that you guys have. Just type them in the comments section, any questions that you have. We're talking about why weight loss challenges do more harm than good. Who's done a weight loss challenge out there? Just logged it. All right, for all you people that just logged in, we're talking about why weight loss challenges do more harm than good. And again, the short answer is they set you up for failure. They're based on bad science and they're fundamentally flawed. And I'm going to go ahead and recap those flaws for you. I have 3 flaws. Flaw number 1, they focus almost exclusively on calories in versus calories out as it relates to body weight. That's just not how it works. Flaw number 2, they encourage unhealthy behaviors that can lead to serious physiological and psychological consequences. And flaw number 3 usually are short term, 4 to 8 weeks in duration, which is just completely unrealistic. Maybe not for a challenge, but for a lasting change, it needs to be longer than that. And you need to not be restricted so much and just omit complete food groups out of your diet. Not a good thing. It's pretty dangerous over a long period of time. All right. I have a bonus for you guys. So it is bonus time. I have a different challenge for you instead of a weight loss challenge. I challenge you to seek the truth about fat loss, change your mindset to a more healthy one. To help you out with this, I've created and posted my simple, no BS explanation of why weight loss diets don't work. And I created it as a downloadable file. There's 3 steps to pick this piece of information up. It's pretty valuable. It has a lot of nutrition nuggets in it to help you out with this issue. Step 1, join my Facebook group, Nutrition Boot Camps for All. That's where it will be posted. All right. Step 2, you want to download the file. I'll go ahead and make it easy to find. I'll pin it to the top of the group for you. And then step number 3, read the brief article and keep it real with yourself when it comes to weight loss and fat loss. Like I said, there's a lot of good knowledge nuggets in there for you to look at, and it'll help you out quite a bit. Headed over to the comments section now. Joe, okay, I think I would add that weight loss by itself in most cases isn't the real goal anyway. I think most people really want to recomp. Yes, that's right. And that's the other thing too. A lot of people have different goals for fitness. Um, when Joe says recomp, what he means is to lose the body fat, but keep the muscle that's there. And that gets you that toned and tightened look. When people do these weight loss challenges or diets and they restrict themselves and omit complete food groups out of their diet, what ends up happening is they end up losing body fat, but they also lose muscle too as well. And when you do that, if you're not tight and toned at the beginning, you're not going to be tight and toned at the end either. You're just going to become a smaller version of yourself, smaller muscle and the smaller fat. You're still going to be a little bit loose and have that, looseness to you instead of that real nice tightness to you. When you do the body recomp, lose body fat, but keep the muscle that's there. The other thing that happens too is when you lose body fat and you keep the muscle that's there, what ends up happening is you don't lose any of your metabolism, but you have lost the unwanted weight. That metabolism or that muscle that you carry on you still, that you saved, that's a huge part of your metabolism. That's what's going to keep the fat off for the long run, as opposed to doing a weight loss challenge or diet where you restrict the calories, you lose body fat, and you lose muscle. Losing muscle equals losing metabolism. You lose metabolism, guess what? You get that rebound weight gain, yo-yo, up and down. And that's why you gain more weight than when you started off with, because you end up with less muscle than you started off with. And the fat comes back with a vengeance. So thanks, Joe. That's right. Body recomp explained. All right. If there are no more questions, give a minute or so. So guys, weight loss challenges. Don't be like Jake. Don't go and do the weight loss challenge. If you do find yourself like Jake in the beginning of the story as an option, don't do that. Seek out the truth. All right. Keep it real with yourself and fat loss. Diets and weight loss challenges just don't work for the long run. All right. I'm Coach FitPro J, your diet-free fat loss specialist. I help people frustrated with the cycle of dieting break the cycle, get results, and never diet again. I've been there, done that, and now I help others do the same. All right. If you'd like to connect with a coach that talks the talk and walks the walk, visit fitprojcoaching.com and hit that connect button to connect with me. I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at FitProJ Coaching. I'm sorry, at facebook.com/FitProJ Coaching. See you guys later.